Well, hey there. So I didn't intend on picking these, but I saw them and they were just too pretty not to pick. So for dinner tonight, we're gonna have tacos and roasted radishes because those go together great. Tacos and roasted radishes aren't something I would normally pair together. Sorry, outfit change, and now it's dark. I got a phone call, took some time. So I've cut up all these radishes and I am going to roast them real quick before my husband gets home. Roasted radishes is something that we've never tried, ever. Never had it in my whole life. We have like party happenings. My mom just turned 60 and we had a surprise party for her here at the farm. And it was a blast. It was a rager. Rager. It's a bunch of 60-year-old people listening to an 80s rock band and dancing their little booties off, but it was a good time. So we've never had roasted radishes. I don't like spicy, so as far as like a fresh radish, as where I stand right now, not a fan at all. So walked out to feed the goats tonight and I saw these radishes sticking up out of the ground and I was like, you know, we kind of need to try that because I've heard it's great. I've seen it on the internet and I've never tried it. So that's what we're going to try tonight. We're going to make some roasted radishes and tacos because I know the children will eat the tacos. I don't know how the radishes are going to go, but we're going to give it a whirl. So put some olive oil, some salt, and I'm going to pop them in the oven and see how they go. And then the tops, like this, these tops will all get fed to the pigs. So there's no waste. And if we like it, then I can go out tomorrow and plant some more because radishes only take like 4 weeks, 28 days. That's it. It's pretty easy peasy. What else is going on? It's been a minute. Piglets are doing great. The kids did great at the fair. I think that was my last video, was right before the fair. The kids did wonderful. They made wonderful amounts for their hogs at the fair. Mariah took 3rd in her class. Callan took 7th and took 3rd in showmanship, which we were kind of surprised about because Callan's never shown before. And he really took an interest to the fair this year, which we're really excited about, especially because we will be breeding for fair quality hogs going forward. So we'll see how that goes. We've got about another month, and I'm going to put the buck in with the goats so that we can get them bred for spring babies. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going. Everything's kind of slowed down. The fair's over. Mom's party's over. That took up a lot of my time getting ready for her party and, you know, trying to keep all of that a surprise. It took up a lot of my time. So now that all that's over, I have a stuffy nose and we're just trying to catch up a little bit. So, yeah, it's October and I'm still harvesting food out of my garden. I think that's great. And more to come because I have green beans that reseeded themselves. I still have tomatoes out there. I still have, more radishes out there. I can still have plenty of time to plant more radishes if I wanted to. And there's carrots out there. There's cabbage, but I don't think that's going to do great. So we'll have to see how that goes. But, I don't know. So we'll touch back and see how these radishes go. What is up, guys? It's the next day. So we tried the radishes and they were pretty good. Different from what I expected. I think I still kind of expected it to be spicy like an onion. but it wasn't. So, got home today. This is the weirdest thing ever. I don't know if you can see that. Do you see all those bugs in my air conditioning unit? See them? Those are stink bugs. Tell me why. Somebody tell me why. There are stink bugs everywhere. Like, look at this window. Oh, you can't really see that very well. Everywhere. Oh. Ma'am. Pretty sure you're not supposed to be out here. Excuse me. Yeah, no, I'm bringing it to you in your pen that you belong in. This goat is my problem child. Every day I get home, she decided to jump the fence. Once the cows are gone, we're going to put the goats down in the big pasture. And we shouldn't have to deal with this anymore. We'll miss and poop in my garden. Nora, Neve, and Twit, and Charlotte are all still in the fence. Children. She has buckled this fence. Look at their mow pattern. This is ridiculous. Where they put their heads through the fence. That's how far they can reach. And she's got this fence completely buckled down. Now, in her defense, it's not tight. I mean, it's a woven wire fence, but it's not pulled tight. We just pulled it like as tight as we could pull it by hand because it was temporary. It is temporary. Eventually, they're going to go down in this big pasture down here with the electric wire fence. But I'd like to get the cows out first. I think they'll be fine, but with Ida having horns, I just don't want to take the chance of one of my goatee girls getting hurt. So, Ethel is getting sold. Ida is going to the freezer. And then the goatee girls will go down there and get bred. We've got about 6 weeks left until the big pigs go. And then we'll only have our breeders and Missy's babies left. So, thankfully the pig load will downsize dramatically over the winter. I don't know that we're going to try to winter any more pigs, with the exception of our breeder sows, just because it's a lot. They don't have anything to do. They don't have anything to eat, but eat grain, and then that's expensive. So, I don't know. So that's where we're going with that. We'll have Missy's babies to overwinter, and they will go to butcher in April. By then, we will have new babies to start the cycle over. But I really think we're just going to do 2 batches of the spring babies out of Cutie Patootie and Missy, and then be done. We won't buy any. I mean, I guess it'll depend. It's so hard to figure all this stuff out. The logistics of it is the hardest part, because you have to kind of think like, okay, so I can say that I don't want, that we're only going to do the 2 litters. But what if I only get 5 piglets and the kids take 2 and a backup for fair, and someone wants to buy them for fair, because that's our goal, is to breed show quality hogs. So ideally, we're going to try and sell all these as show hogs, but we do have a regular customer base that wants them as feeders. And also, like, we have to fill our freezer. So I want to say we're only going to do 2 litters for spring, this coming spring, and that'll be it. But it's going to depend on how many babies they have. So there's always a stipulation. Who knows? And that's just a hope that everything goes well, and we'll see how it goes. As far as chickens, our chickens, we're just going to continue to downsize. If there's anybody local that wants a couple chickens, hit me up. Get a hold of me. I'll put my email address down below in the show notes, because chickens are profitable, yes. They're also a pain in the butt. And as far as I've had chickens for two years. This will be our 3rd year with chickens. And I love having them, but I don't need the quantity that I have now. So we're going to kind of try and downsize that a little bit. I'm still going to hatch each spring, but then I'm just going to sell my hatchlings, the chicks, and I'll keep what I want, just so I have a constant rotation. But reality wise, like, to feed our family of 4, I only need 6 chickens, maybe. You know, I have a couple customers that do buy pretty regularly, but I don't have to feed the world eggs. Chickens are pretty easy to keep, and a lot of people around our area are getting them themselves. So less and less people are buying ours. Now, our chickens are organically fed, all organic, non-GMO, all that happy stuff. But it just doesn't pay the bills, if you know what I mean. Unless we were to get a huge chicken house, and that's just not happening. So, other than that, everybody's doing good. Missy and her piglets are getting split up ASAP. We've been a little bit busy and have laxed on that. So, they say to leave baby piglets in with mommy for like 6 weeks. Now, depending on who you talk to, that's a wasp. What is with all these critters out here today? So depending on who you talk to, there's 2 more wasps. Everybody's like messed up with these cold nights, I think. So anyway, sorry, I digress. Depending on who you talk to, most people or some of your low-key farmers will leave babies in with mommies for 6 weeks. Mommies stop producing antibodies for the babies after 21 days. So really, after 6 weeks, you're just getting free food. There's nothing beneficial for the piglets to stay on the sow for longer than that. Nothing beneficial for the piglets anyway. For me, yeah, it's a heck of a lot cheaper because all I have to do is feed mommy. But for them, it's not really worth it. And it's harder on the mom. So for us wanting to keep Missy and continue breeding her, we're going to pull her out this weekend and put her in her own paddock. And then the babies, they're already eating her food and eating grain. So I'm not too worried about how they'll do. But then with that, we've got 5 of those can be sold. Well, I take that back. 5 of them can be sold. 2 are already sold. So I have 3 babies left if anyone is interested in a piglet to raise and feed yourself, or a feeder in April to have in your freezer. So if you are, get a hold of me. My email will be down in the show notes. Other than that, we're kind of just taking everything day by day. Nothing really exciting going on. Our hats came in today. I'll take you in and show you those. But that's really it. Kind of just getting everybody fed and making sure everybody's okay. Doing the little check around. And trying to deal with these stink bugs. Can you see those? Look at them on my door. Which, that door looks disgusting. We just had a party this weekend. And I think I'm going to have to paint that thing. Wash it, then paint it. But, again, I digress. Oh, tinky bugs. Okay. So I'll take you in here and show you these hats that are not where the stink bugs are. Blah. Edison shelf. If you have a farm or are getting a farm or are working towards a farm, get yourself a cabinet for all the crap that you're going to need that you didn't know that you were going to need. Hats are in. OC Leather hooked us up with the hats. They are awesome. Love them so much. If you're interested in a hat, we only have 15 left. And I believe of that 15, I have 5 of them sold. So really 5 left, or 10 left. So if you are interested in a hat, they are $30. And you can email me, text me, message me on Facebook, however you want to get a hold of me. We now have those. So busy couple days. I'm going to go in now and make some bone broth and get that cooking so I can can that tomorrow. And then probably once I get that on the stove, I'm going to go pick the rest of the tomatoes out of the garden so that I can kind of button that up and start making raised beds for next year. But if there's anything that you guys want to see that we haven't posted or haven't talked about or whatever, leave it in a comment down below and we'll get to it, so that I want to make sure that I'm posting content that you guys want to watch. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for learning with us, and we'll see you next time.